I've seen it all, the rise and fall. Now fishing stocks are gone. It's a different way of life, but we'll go on. We face the icy winds and cold out on the northern sea, where the cod stocks made 11 ones for me. And I remember years ago when men they made their daily catch, the cod downs from the heads of fish we'd snatch. For a buck a pound we'd all go down close by the water's edge, and we'd wait for skulls to fall down from the ledge. But if I stare out long enough over the mist upon the bay, I can still see men in the mornings sail away. I believe I see a vision in my dream from on this log, rise from the seas like ghosts out in the fog. But time moves on, our lives they change. Some friends we'll see no more, as we boarded up the windows and the doors. And we stare once more at an empty shore where Caitlin used to race, and we leave for good, the tears roll down our face. But if I stare out long enough over the mist up on the bay, I can still see men in the morning sail away. And I believe I see a vision in my dream from on this log, rise from the seas like ghosts out in the fog. But the years they drift behind us, and the dreams we had are gone, and we realize it's time now to move on. Like an ember from the chimney of a wood stove, time it flies, and it fades away like stars up in the sky. And if I stare out long enough over the mist upon the bay, I can still see men in the morning sail away. And I believe I see a vision in my dream from on this log, rise from the seas like ghosts out in the fog. But if I stare out long enough over the mist upon the bay, I can still see men in the morning sail away. And I believe I see a vision in my dream from on this log, rise from the seas like ghosts out in the fog. They rise from the seas like ghosts out in the
She left 7 years on the 10th of May, Prince Edward Island bound. For the winter is down and there's very little rum in the harbours and the towns. And the fishermen watch for the dirty sail as they troll off Tracadie Bay. And they give a great shout when they finally pick her out. Nellie Banks is on her way. There's Captain Millington at the helm, he comes from Newfoundland, with a bottle of brandy always on the deck and an extra case on the hand. He's drunk and he holds a leeward stance, but he sails a schooner or two, and the government cutters always follow stern when he shows what the Banks can do. There's rum in the hold of the Nellie J. Banks, Prince Edward Island bound, and late at night when the moon don't shine, you'll find her off Georgetown. They hug the shore with a glass upon rum row, for they know Nellie Banks is out up on the bay and her runner is sure to show. And Millington holds her 4 miles up for the boundary, there's 3. And late at night when the cutter's out of sight, Nellie slips into a lee. There's rum in the hold of the Nellie J. Banks, Prince Edward Island bound, and late at night when the moon don't shine, you'll find her off Georgetown. Ooh. On an August night in the pale moonlight, but the Banks of Short Point shore, a shot rang out and a man began to shout, "He too will fire more!" And the morning light brought a terrible sight as the Banks was towed away. No more will the Nellie J. Banks run rum, no more will the fishermen say. There's rum in the hold of the Nellie J. Banks, Prince Edward Island bound, and late at night when the moon don't shine, you'll find her off Georgetown. Yes, there's rum in the hold of the Nellie J. Banks, we saw her sail today. You'll find her on the night when the moon don't shine, 3 miles off Tracadie Bay.
I was 18 when I came to town. They called it the summer of love. They were burning babies, burning flags, and the hawks against the dove. I took a job at the steamin' way down on Keldrum Street, and I fell in love with a laundry girl that was working next to me. Brown hair zigzagged around her face and the look of half surprise, like a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eyes. She said to me, "Oh, can't you see, I'm not the factory kind, and if you don't take me out of here, I lose my mind." She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, "So long as there's no price in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way." We busked around the market towns for picking down in Kent. We could tinker pots and pans and knives wherever we went. And I said to her, "We'll settle down and get a few acres dug, with a fire burning in the hearth and bobbies on the rug." She said, "Oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, you'll not own me as well." She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. was a lost child. She was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price on love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We were camping down a Gower one time and the work was mighty good. She wouldn't wait for the harvest, I thought we should. We were drinking more in those days, our tempers reached a pitch. Like a fool I let her run away when she took the rambling hitch. And the last I heard, she's living rough back in the Derby beat. A bottle of White Horse in her pocket, a wolfhound at her feet. And they say that she got married once to a man called Romany Brown. Even the gypsy caravan was too much like settling down. They say her rose is faded with weather and hard booze. Maybe that's the price you pay for the chains that you refuse. She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing. I miss her more than ever words can say. If I could just taste all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, I wouldn't want her any other way.
All the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Fill to me the parting glass and drink a health for ere we fall. Then gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be to you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it fell unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be to you all.